worthless wives can sit the frick down. Mrs. Thompson! As if everything I'd been holding back had burst out, I ran crying to my mother-in-law.
Trouble busters!
I'm also in my late 20s and would like to start thinking about marriage.
Huh?
Wait, why are you so blunt about this? Are you thinking about getting married someday?
Yeah.
More to the point, if you aren't seriously thinking about it, I think we should break up.
What?
I'd like to get married and start a happy family, so if you never had the desire, Mark, there is never any point in us dating.
And the hell do you think I could if we broke up?
What the? You could just rent an apartment and live there yourself, couldn't you?
What a frickin' hassle.
What do you think of me? As a matter of fact, it should normally be crazy to go into your girlfriend's room and live.
Okay, fine. I love you, Helen.
Huh?
Shall we get married?
Oh, sure?
Will be tough to lose this money spinner for real. Got no choice.
Did you say something?
Nope. Let's build a happy family together, honey.
My name is Helen. I'm 30 years old and a housewife. I married my husband Mark, who's 34, a few years ago. We also have 2 beautiful twin daughters. I realized that raising children was going to be hard, so I quit my job and became a full-time housewife. It's still difficult, so I need Mark's help, but he adamantly refuses to help me with home things. They're finally asleep.
I'm home.
Wait! Be quieter, honey. You're gonna wake the girls up. Oh, look what you did. I just put them to sleep.
What the hell? Your husband just came back from work and you give him that attitude?
Came home from work my ass, Mark Thompson, with that drunkard look on your face.
Listen here, drinking with business partners is part of my job.
And I'm alone at home every day, literally fighting to raise my daughters.
I've frickin' had enough. Never coming back to the stupid excuse of a family.
Hey! He said that as he ran out of the house. After that day, Mark started leaving the house a lot more often. Because of this, everything he'd been helping me with all became my own burden to bear, and I was pushed into even harder times. Wasn't like I was asking him to do lots of chores. Such a life went on for over a month when something happened that made it even more difficult. Helen, I'm coming in. Mrs. Thompson. This is Mark's mother, my mother-in-law Allison, who's 55 years old. Honestly, I didn't like her because she didn't have a very delicate personality. What I mean by that is that she says what she's thinking straight away. I've been so busy lately that I haven't been able to see her. Mrs. Thompson, can I help you today? I came here to abuse you, dear. What? She didn't come all the way to do something like that just because she hates me, especially during these difficult times. If Mark were here, I could still let him deal with his mother. Now that I have to do it alone, I feel like I'm going to collapse just thinking about it. Moreover, my mother-in-law started coming over almost every day starting that day. Helen, dear, this milk is far too hot for the darlings. Oh, I was gonna let it get cold. Your daughters are hungry and bawling their lungs out. What are you doing? You really don't have enough self-awareness as a mother, for God's sakes. I'm sorry. Enough with the apologies. Here, I've let it cool down, so bring it to them. Yes, ma'am. What is with this house? What? It's freaking full of garbage. I haven't been able to clean the house very much lately because I've been busy raising the girls. That would be an excuse. You know it would be no good to raise any children in a house full of trash like this. I know that, Mrs. Thompson, but I haven't got much sleep recently, so I can't think straight most of the time. Holy shit, I'm getting heated. Fine, you rest and I'll do it all. People these days, honestly. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was devastated physically and mentally. Mrs. Thompson came every day. I really hated it, is what I thought I felt, but strangely, I now have more time to sleep and eat, and I feel like my body and mind are getting better, slowly but surely. I wonder why. Hey, Helen, how long are you going to leave the laundry hanging out, eh? You know it looks bad in the eyes of the neighbors. I'm sorry. You're gonna say you couldn't sleep again anyway, right? I've had enough. Worthless wives can sit the frick down. That's when I realized something. The moment I heard those very words, my mother-in-law's words were quite harsh, admittedly, but I realized that in the end, she was helping me and my health recover from the accumulated stress. What is with that laundry? Some clothes haven't been washed properly. If you're too tired to do any laundry, just put it all together. It's a waste of water. Mrs. Thompson? What's wrong? Mrs. Thompson! As if everything I'd been holding back had burst out, I ran crying to my mother-in-law and I told her all about my current thoughts and feelings. I knew it, dear. Huh? I mean, Mark isn't coming home anyway, is he? What? Oh, yes. I think raising twins is even harder than usual. It's impossible to do that in a one-woman operation. Yes, ma'am. That's why I was hoping to help you a little bit, but you don't particularly like me, do you? Please. Oh, it's all right, dear. On the contrary, I wanted to use that to make myself hated even more. Huh? Oh, your husband is unreliable, and if you hate your mother-in-law too, you'll think about divorce, I suppose. Huh? You're still young, honey. I'm sure that there's a better husband out there just waiting for you. So I thought I'd create an environment where it would be okay to divorce Mark. Mrs. Thompson, did you really think that much of me? Even though he's a nice son, he's no good at all. Yes, ma'am. So listen, I have another suggestion. Mrs. Thompson suggested something to me. Now that I knew the true nature of her behavior, I definitely wanted to go along with that proposal, and I can also get revenge on Mark for abandoning me. Not to mention the fact I can with dear Mrs. Thompson as my strong ally. I agreed to the proposal, and she and I went on to prepare it. During that time, Mark only came home to get his things and didn't come anywhere near me, as usual. What's more, he ended up lying to me and saying he was staying at his parents' place. 1 week after preparations were completed, the operation was carried out immediately. I told Mark that I really wanted to discuss with him that day and that I wanted him to come home for a bit.
I'm home. What's your business? I'm busy, you know.
Actually,
Hello? Are you there, Helen?
wait, Mrs. Thompson, did you bring her, Mark?
Like hell I did, bitch.
Helen? Oh, you're here too, Mark.
What's wrong, Mom?
I just stopped by because I was in the neighborhood. Things are hard for you, I guess.
Why?
The house isn't cleaned, laundry's piling up, she's not even functioning properly as a damn wife. Truly disgusting.
You don't have to say that, Mrs. Thompson.
Oh boy, do I ever agree. It's hard for me too. You tell her, Mom.
You better divorce her, son.
Wait, no, please.
Mark, do you really want to live a married life with this witch?
No, I don't care either way.
Be clear, I'm already tired, but if possible, I would like you to live your own life, son. That's why I'm saying all this.
I guess.
I'm sure there are women more beautiful than this excuse. Mommy will help you look for the perfect girl for you.
No, I won't be needing that though.
You got someone already, eh? If you do, go with them.
If you say so, Mom. So that's it then. Helen, I'm divorcing you.
Understood.
Huh? Why are you getting excited?
I mean, duh. The divorce proposal came from you, not from me after all.
Huh? What are you talking about? Got a screw loose, eh?
Moreover, is it okay to say that the reason why you're divorcing is because there's another woman and you want to be with her?
I'm telling you that's the case, yes.
Perfection.
Huh?
If that's the case, I'll grant you a divorce with some conditions.
Conditional divorce?
I'm going to ask for alimony, so you better pay it.
Why do I have to pay alimony?
Because while I wasn't thinking about getting divorced, you wanted one, didn't you, Mark? And besides, you have another woman, right? In that case, I have to get alimony.
I will never pay.
That's fine. All you have to do is garnish your wages.
Eh? There's no way you can do that.
I can't do it now, but if you don't pay me the alimony, I'll sue you in court. That way your wages can actually be garnished.
Huh? Why are you making such a big deal of all this? You've been saying something like this earlier, but I don't have any other woman.
You're really gonna deny the truth at that stage?
I'm not denying the truth. The truth is that I literally do not have another woman. If you claim that much, got any proof? Huh?
Here you go. As if to say, yes, I've been waiting for that, I dumped a piece of paper in front of Mark. The paper was whipped up by Mrs. Thompson herself, and it showed photos of line conversations Mark had had with his girlfriend. Still gonna deny it?
What is this?
This is proof that you were cheating.
How did you get something like this?
I had a partner who helped me collect all the evidence.
What the hell? Bro's a snitch. Like, actually.
This will allow me to claim alimony. Any objections? Mark fell silent. Perhaps he knew his case was completely hopeless. But just as I was about to introduce my collaborator to deliver the final blow to him, he started speaking as if to make a final stand.
Understood. I will respond to your demands for alimony.
Well then, that's it then.
But I will also ask for alimony.
Huh?
Didn't Mom mention something earlier?
Mention what?
You were frickin' neglecting me.
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't make any effort to keep me home, so I naturally ran off with another woman.
Even fools have theories, it seems.
So it's your fault too. And that's why I'm asking for alimony for that.
By the way, what do you mean by you didn't make any effort to keep me home?
Well, that's just how you look, of course. After giving birth, your femininity disappeared.
We're both in the same boat in that regard, bucko.
What?
Before we got married, you always wore nice clothes and looked very nice very often. But now you seem to have already become a middle-aged geezer around the house.
But that's...
However, since I didn't run to another man, shouldn't that mean that you cannot claim alimony?
Then the housework.
The housework, such as...
The laundry. You didn't do the laundry properly.
Answer me this then. Have you ever gone to work wearing an unwashed shirt?
I haven't.
Then the laundry was done properly, even if it meant cutting down on my sleeping time.
Ah, then the cleaning. The inside of the house is dirty.
I admitted it's true that there were times when I wasn't able to do much about the cleaning,
Right? That's grounds for alimony.
but basically, it's the places you were that were always dirty.
Huh?
I can't leave the area around my daughters dirty, so I always keep those parts clean. I'm talking about the trash you left behind on the table and around after eating, and the trash bags in the shed. I'm not asking you to help me, but at least eat your meals while making the smallest mess possible. Or maybe you were doing it on purpose.
Hell no, I wasn't.
Whatever, do you really think you can claim alimony for something like that?
The food. You were skimping out on your stupid cooking.
Skimping.
The burdock salad I had just the other day, that was a huge fiasco.
What?
I'm leaving you because you can only make such shoddy food, Helen.
But that salad was delicious though.
If you had made it as good as Mom does, I never would have gone to another woman.
Is that so? I'll check again here, but you claim that if it was good of cooking as your mother, you wouldn't have cheated on me.
There would have been a lower probability, sure.
So it would seem, Mrs. Thompson.
As you said, Mom, this bitch is no good. Divorcing her is the right thing to do.
I really think so. It's such a waste. For her, of course.
For real? Yeah, for real. Wait, isn't it the exact opposite?
Hell no. Helen is wasting herself on you.
What? Mom, what's going on?
Allow me to explain it all to you. I told you earlier that I had a partner who helped me collect all the evidence of your affair, right? That was one Mrs. Allison Thompson.
Huh? There's no way. I'm sure Mom hates you, Helen.
Why do you think so?
I mean, it was obvious.
You kept on telling me that Helen was complaining about me and that
She hated me, didn't you?
but it seems she never believed even one smidge of the bullshit you told her.
Uh,
I could see what you were doing for so long, Mark. That's what made me concerned about what was going on here. Hell, the house could have collapsed for all I knew. I took the liberty of paying Helen many visits.
There's no way.
And when you told me that you were staying with her, I called her to thank her, but she said you never moved back.
I was at the time.
That's how I got to working together with Mrs. Thompson to find out where you really were. And then the evidence, oh my God, came pouring in.
What the? Mom, what's the meaning of this? Why would you doubt your own son, eh? Weren't you complaining to Helen mere minutes ago?
That was an act. To be honest, at the time, I had hopes that you would have shown some protection to Helen against me. But I never expected you to go along with such a stupid proposal.
I made a mistake because I didn't understand the situation.
You mistakenly asked for a divorce.
That's right.
You mistakenly cheated on me?
That was just a whim.
No matter, since we already decided on the matter, let's move forward with the divorce. I'll contact you later about the alimony issue throughout my lawyer.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
I'll change from now on.
Change what?
I'll cut ties with a woman whom I was cheating on you with.
You don't have to, because we're getting divorced and it's nothing to do with me.
Please don't say that. I want to start over with you. As punishment, I'll cut ties with a woman.
As punishment? I mean, duh.
And also, this time you were the one who asked for a divorce, but the reality is that it would have been difficult for me to continue on with our married life.
Why?
You severely lack in self-awareness as a father.
That's not true.
Then why do you come home so noisy when our daughters are sleeping, eh?
That would be...
You never even give them milk, have you? You've never even changed their diapers, have you? Frankly speaking, it's difficult for anyone to live with such a person.
That's why I'm telling you I'm gonna change. I'll help you with anything from now on.
Helen, dear, I wouldn't trust those words.
Mom!
You might help out for the first day or two, but if it gets too harsh for you, you'll just head out and find another damn woman right away.
Why do you say such things?
I know what you're thinking because I raised you, Marcus.
Then, Mom, please help us too. After all, food is important to me.
What the hell?
Maybe if Helen prepared delicious meals for me every day, I think I would stop looking at other women. So, Mom, please teach Helen how to cook. Then I can come back every day.
That's a lie, isn't it?
Not a lie. I swear. I promise.
So what if you break that promise?
Then at that point, I'll swallow any conditions you throw at me. No hesitation.
So will you accept the divorce?
Yes.
Will you pay me alimony?
Understood.
Will you not tell me that you want to see my daughters?
Yes, I swear I'll listen to everything you say. That's how confident I am.
All right then.
I'm glad you understand. I won't waste this chance.
Mrs. Thompson, I'm divorcing your son, right?
Yes, it's a promise.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You promised me just now.
But I meant that promise for after you learned how to cook properly for Mom.
Why should I learn cooking from your mother?
I grew up eating Mom's cooking for a long time. It's delicious.
So if my cooking tastes like your mother's cooking, you won't ever come back, right?
Exactly. If the burdock salad we had recently actually tasted like Mom's from the beginning, I would have severed ties with my girlfriend in a heartbeat.
I was the one that made that burdock salad, though.
Huh?
As we mentioned earlier, I came over from time to time and did the housework alongside Helen. At one point, Helen told me she was feeling constipated, so I made her some fibrous burdock salad.
No shot.
Yes, that's why that salad is my cooking. But my biological son actually criticized it.
Wait a minute. That's a lie, right?
No, it's true.
And yet you were actually complaining about the taste of that salad, weren't you?
No.
That's what it is. Even if I learn to cook from Mrs. Thompson, you will not be satisfied. That's why you won't ever come back. It's certain that your promise will be broken.
It's different.
What is different? Hey, Mark? You thought I made it because I put it on your plate, right?
Yes. It would have been delicious if I had been told that my own mother had made it.
So even if I learned how to cook from Mrs. Thompson, it would still be bad if I made it myself now, wouldn't it?
But
In that case, you've already broken your promise, and I don't think that promise will ever be kept again in the future. We're getting divorced.
wait a minute.
Shut the frig up!
Ugh.
Everything you're saying right now is freaking ridiculous. Even though I listened to you and your bullshit excuses until the very end, you never apologized sincerely. I can't imagine starting over with someone who has no common sense. Give up.
Ugh, understood. Even without a freaking bitch like you.
Well, the divorce is final, and I'll send you all the details through my lawyer.
Got it, Mom. I want to talk to you about the future, so please let me stay at your house tonight.
I decline your request.
I've decided, you see.
What did you...
I'm going to adopt Helen.
What?
Her parents passed on at an early stage of her life, and even if he was literal trash, she would be left alone after divorcing you, wouldn't she?
But that's no reason to adopt her.
But I also lost your father early on, and I'm cutting ties with my only son, so I'm going to be alone too. We were talking about becoming a legal family, you see.
What? Sever your ties with...
Why, of course. Just get the hell out of my sight.
Wait a minute. If that happens, I'll be all alone.
You have an amazing woman, don't you? Go to her.
No, please.
Oh yes, that's right. While I was gathering evidence this time, I explained everything to the woman whom you called amazing. And everyone was disillusioned and not happy.
What the...
Well then, Helen, honey, shall we go shopping for some baby goodies? Hell yeah.
Wait, please.
Shut up! Get the frick out of here!
After that, Mark and I were officially divorced. He started relying on the woman he was having an affair with, whose name was Camilla, but his mother had told her everything, including that he had a woman and that he was actually a bad person. So all of them severed contact with him. Moreover, it seems that one of them was from the same company as he, and his bosses found out about this incident, and after getting increasingly difficult for him to work, he seems to have voluntarily resigned from the company. Of course, I filed a claim for alimony, so he was soon smothered in debt. Currently, he is working part-time and just paying off his debts. As for us, after that, Mrs. Thompson officially adopted me and we became a family. And now we live together. She takes such good care of my daughters, and I'm mentally and physically stable enough to lead a fulfilling life. Trouble Busters.